Hello and welcome. This is Rooflemonger, and my friends, here we are again to talk about Street Fighter 6. Now, it's not new news this time, but rather coming to an understanding about how some of the game system works, specifically the drive system, and a bit more in depth on that, the drive rush. So, just in case you don't recall what the drive rush is, it is the system that lets you get basically more combo ability on a basic level. You can take any given attack, as long as it's special cancelable, cancel it into a dash, and then, well, do whatever combo you want to do from there. If you do it that way, it's pretty expensive. It'll take 3 of your drive bars, so it's definitely not free. The other way is you can parry, and then you can immediately cancel that parry into a drive rush. If you do it that way, it only costs you a single drive bar. So basically, taking a look now at the drive rush, the applications of the combo version are easy enough to understand. Get your hit, oh I got my hit, drive rush, get more hits, combo out. Easy peasy, right? But it's the one where you cancel from the parry that's become a lot more interesting to me. This clip is a very good example of what I'm talking about here, because when you do the parry into the drive rush, it has a time stop effect, as you can see. Luke is held in place when this drive rush begins. And not only is he held in place here, you can see Chun-Li is moving forward while he's held in place. Like, she's gaining ground while he stopped. Yes, it's not a lot of ground in that time while he stopped, but still, she's gaining ground while he cannot move in any way, shape, or form. Nurse Lee over on Twitter, very good guy, you should follow him just so you know, said this is basically like Bayonetta Witch Time, and it turns out apparently one of the Bayonetta designers is working on Street Fighter 6, so sure enough, I guess. So what does this mean for the game? You can move forward, slow / just stop the enemy while moving forward, and also the dash you get from this is cancelable, and as you can see here, Chun-Li is canceling that dash into a move and then fully comboing out from that hit. So she got to basically slide across the screen into a hit, into a full combo. And just the general ramifications for this are just huge. This one makes whiff punishing a much bigger deal. If you do a move with slower recovery at a range you think would be safe if you whiff it, right? Not anymore. You can be held in time stop and get blown up from very far away. Like, look at the distance we're at here. Luke whiffs his button, and she gets a punish counter, and punish counters in this game are like crush counters, they've been saying, right? So she can now link that, I'm assuming crouching medium punch, into a stand medium punch, into a combo, and yeah. From another clip here, somewhat similar situation, Chun-Li uses the parry, drive rush cancels out of the parry really quick here, time stop, she already gained some distance in that time stop, and then goes in for the attack. Now she's going to get blown up by the focus, because whatever, right? But during this time, only a handful of frames elapse from when she does it to when she goes for the attack, and from quite a distance away. Some of my original thoughts on this system were a bit, I guess, more unimaginative, I suppose. Like, since I learned, oh, you parry and then you can dash cancel out of the parry with the drive rush, I thought more in a situation like, oh, Zangief versus a zoner. He parries the fireball, doesn't give up his ground, then he dash cancels out to gain some ground, right? Very basic. But now it's more a situation like characters who don't necessarily have good buttons, good poke, good neutral. Well, maybe for the cost of a bar, they don't need it anymore, right? Because just for a couple additional added frames, they can just dash forward and do whatever buttons they want. A single bar does not seem like a grand cost for what is effectively a super dash. Like, you dash and you can cancel the dash and extend all the range of your attacks. Just makes everything a lot scarier. And you got to think, besides just a simple button press, what if you just dash forward and threaten a throw, or command grab if you're a character with a command grab? That also could be terrifying. A character like Zangief, he quickly uses this drive rush dash cancel in on you, and now you're in a situation where you have to anticipate, okay, do I just toss out my fastest button as fast as I can, or do I get out of dodge because I don't know if I'm going to get grabbed? Or it just seems like there's quite a bit of possibility. And the first level of counterplay you could think of will be, oh, okay, well, I'll do the drive impact, the focus attack, right? There is a little bit of time stop, and I'll use it against you. As soon as I see it, I'll just do the focus attack right away, and it turns out that can be used against you. In this clip here, Luke uses it against Chun-Li because, in a little tidbit I didn't know till I saw this footage, you can apparently cancel normals into drive impacts. And the one thing about drive impact is the second one always wins. So if you go for that, style of counterplay, where I'm just going to drive impact as soon as I see the time stop from the dash, well then whatever you just caught, they can immediately drive impact back and they're always going to win. So play, counterplay, it's kind of all showing itself immediately. One of the things throughout the course of Street Fighter V was it was considered very difficult to properly whiff punish, well, almost anything. And it wasn't until much later in the game's life did they make it that whiff punishing was easier. And now with the system, whiff punishing is going to be almost like the easiest it's ever got. If you see any move at all that's even a little bit slow, and you can get any kind of distance with your drive rush, your dash from the parry, you can just go in and get them. Obviously, from the footage we had from the trade show and all that kind of stuff, we're not seeing the highest level play yet. There's a lot of people we got to figure out what's going on, right? But turns out the drive rush might be the scariest part of the whole drive system, which was not something I was anticipating till I just started looking at a lot of the footage and really thinking about it. It looks like the perfect tool for people who have a very reactionary style of play. And certainly some characters will benefit more than others. One of the things we do now know is the drive rush dash actually varies character to character. However, then again, since you're going to be canceling the dashes most of the time, who knows how well that'll actually play. But regardless, in the end, I think this is just very fascinating. It just makes it so much more deadly to me now that I'm really thinking about it. And I'm looking forward to the gimmicks. I want to see the Zangief doing the drive rush cancels to punish your whiffs and grabbing you forward, right? I think stuff like that will be extra cool. And I guess it's just a testament to the drive system itself. It keeps getting more and more interesting the more you learn, right? Especially because, you don't got to wait and you don't got to build bar. You can do all the cool stuff right from the round start. The more we go, it just keeps looking like a smarter and smarter system. So, well, kudos to Capcom. They kind of figured it out. Now, of course, things remain to be seen. It could be, one aspect of it is super broken or something. But as it stands, every bit I learn just makes me more excited to learn even more. So that all said, I'm going to toss it to you guys now. What do you guys think about all this? Do you think I'm crazy? Maybe there's nothing to it? Or do you think perhaps there's a wide world to be opened up here with the drive rush? Let me know in the comments below, and otherwise, well, we're at the end of the video. So thank you very much for watching. Hope this video has found you well, and go out and play some Street Fighter.
Love, yeah.